Good evening, my fellow COD players. I'd appreciate any likes, shares, and a subscribe would be much appreciated, guys. Alright, let's get into the content. What's going on, guys? So, we got some duo action here. Picked up a rando, and we're going to see where that goes. I've been doing and attempting to do some duos and some squads just because I've got bored of doing solo, and there's more points involved with a duo or a squad than there is with just solos, and they're a lot more fun. It's a little more challenging, you know. You always get that chance you get one of those YOLO guys who don't play well with others, and then you got to kind of fend for yourself and or, you know, save his behind. Ha ha ha. Which I have no problem doing. I will save a hoe all day long. Alright, so I'm gonna pull my Santa Claus move, come in through the roof, and see if there's any presents to deliver to these unsuspecting enemies. I always like dropping in here, like I've always said, is that you know, it's good loot, and you can get something quick. So I picked up the shotgun, which is my last resort weapon, except for the striker. I do like the striker. The single barrel shotgun is not my favorite, just for the pure fact that, well, if I get an automatic weapon and you got a shotgun and you don't have a striker, things can get a little bit dicey. Alright guys, so I did 7.62, 5.56, and if you've been watching my videos, you know I prefer LMGs, the wonderful PDW, and the M4 7.62. So this guy's gonna pop up. Boy, don't stand still. What are you doing? Don't run away from me. Take that. There you go. Put him out of his misery. He really didn't want to be there. Alright guys, so I'm gonna take a health kit, and so I hear another guy. So I'm popping a health kit, kind of listening for footsteps. So he's gonna come around the building, and he actually got one over on me. Yeah, take this. Yeah, take this right here. Yeah. He actually, my footsteps, I gauged him for being a little further over. I didn't see him coming through that door, and it could have been bad. You know, I was a little bit feeling myself, you know what I'm saying? But all was well that ends well. Alright, so gonna pick up some loot. The guy damaged my sweet level 3 gear, which I am not happy about. Shame on him. But it is what it is. So let's do some more looting. Gotta rack up on that 5.56. Another thing that I need to do, I don't know if anybody else does this, is that I need to adjust my pickup for ammo so that I don't have to manually pick up ammo. I know a lot of pro players like to do the manual because they get to pick what they want. They don't have to keep discarding stuff if they don't need it. But for me, I like the auto pick. So I'm picking up some ammo, which I'm going to have to adjust my settings for that. So I picked up that level 4 scope, obviously. Gotta have a scope. So I generally go LMG with M4 with a scope. Don't get me wrong, I like the 7.62s because they have a lot more hitting power, but I don't know, I just have a preference. Everybody has a preference. Everybody has a loadout that they just like prefer. The smart thing is to kind of get adaptive, be able to use multiple guns, doing multiple things, just so that, you know, you're not stuck in just one aspect of the game. So that guy, I believe, is the one that I was hearing footsteps, and so my partner took care of that shit. Alright guys, so continue to loot. The zone is not that far, so I'm not really sweating it too bad, but at some point I'm going to need to move forward. Honestly, I like to stay at the outer edge of the zone, just for the fact that if I'm at the edge of the zone, I know where everybody else is. They're in front of me, they're not behind me. When you get into close, I've actually won some games just on looping in and out of the zone, because they'll know where you are, right? You're in a small zone, and you can slip into the zone, go back around them, and actually catch them off guard. A lot of times it will catch a player off guard to come straight out of the zone, or to back up out of the zone and then shoot through the zone. You can definitely catch a character off guard, a player off guard by, they don't expect you. They expect you to come, because basically what the zone is doing is pushing you in the direction they want. and so they're going to set up for that, with that in mind. So, and there's a guy right there. So definitely don't be too fearful, but be smart about it. Know about, where the zone's going to land, and set yourself up so that, and in the same token, when a zone pushes somebody in a different direction, don't be surprised if a smarter player will actually back into the zone and go around you to catch you off guard. So it definitely goes both ways. Using the zone to your advantage, and or using, or a player, utilizing the zone for what it is. It pushes players in a general direction, and, don't be surprised if a player will actually back out of the zone and back into the zone and come around you to flank you. So there's always a strategy to everything you need to do. Obviously, you've got to play that strategy to the best of your ability and make it work for you guys. All right. So we're coming into... Alright, so I'm going to switch out my level 3 gear with that bastard damaged. Shame on you. Alright, let's see what's going on here. I'll move some crates. So we're in the zone. I'm hearing gunfire in that general direction, so I'm going to head in that way to see if maybe I can, find two players duking it out and bring it to an ultimate conclusion in my favor. I mean, why wouldn't I want to bring it to my favor, right? Right. Because this game is about winning. And if you're not winning, you're losing. Alright, so, behind me. Okay. He almost got the drop on me. I'm not gonna lie about that. Always watch your flank. Most definitely. Moving in. So the zone is going to close in, and it's actually going to go to a certain point. And I think it's, at this point, I'm not really worried about the zone, just for the pure fact that it's not affecting me yet. So let's move it. So I go into the tunnel thinking, so I see where my player's using his skill, and I'm hearing footsteps, and I'm like, oh, whoa. So I'll use that skill to my advantage. Don't mind if I do. Appreciate it, bro. Your assistance. So walk looking, kind of look down the road and see what's going on. So I think our best bet is to go into the tunnel there. Oh. I knew there was somebody there. I thought I had a snake, but it wasn't a snake so much was as an enemy that was planning on shooting me. Dreadful of him. So I finally found my PDW. I've been saving that ammo and that gear stuff just for this swap. And it put my 4X scope on the wrong weapon, so I had to switch weapons, but everything is copacetic. I am set. The only thing that I would have preferred to have would have been a purple hand grip, as well as an extended mag for purple. But, can't have everything you want. PDW is rack 'em up, rack 'em and sock 'em. And there's mean old zombies. That guy threw it over my shoulders. I guess he was trying to kill me. Alrighty, so everything in there I need. Let's get it. Let's get moving. The zone is closing, so this is a point where it's good for me because the zone's going to be pushing behind me. There's a very low possibility there's somebody behind me trailing us, just for the pure fact that we have cleared that area up until that point. The gunshots we'd heard, we had neutralized. So let's get moving. We're getting closer to the zone, so I'm not as sweating the fact that there is a zone. Just kind of keeping the ground in between me and the zone in case there's somebody camping the edge of the zone. I've done that many a times, just sniped it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt so it looks like it's going to go up the mountain. So I'm going to use this feature to get me a nice view of upstairs. So I'm going to get up here. And my player got into a gunfight down there. So I'm kind of seeing what's holding him up. Apparently he's duking it out down there. So he's got the player that he was attacking. I'm like, come on, dude. I'm up here on this mountain all by my lonesome. I need some company. So instead of going up the lift, he's actually doing it the old-fashioned way, which I'm not sure why he did that, but hey, life's about choices. So I'm going to continue on and kind of slow down to let him catch up. So we're going to take this next lift to the top. So as of this point, I've got 8 kills and got a few more kills in my future. Just saying. So I'm waiting on him. Come on, take the escalator up. Join me. Get it. So he's finally caught back up. Let's get to action. So the zone is starting to close in. We're getting right at the edge of the zone. We're pushing. I will say this, I like the adrenaline shots in this game. I don't like the fact that it doesn't show you, like in PUBG, that you've already got a full adrenaline. So you just gotta constantly push the adrenaline button just to make sure that you've got, your full protection to go into battle. Which is a little frustrating. Just a wee bit. He's up there gunfighting, so I'm gonna come around this edge, and it really becomes clinch right here. So he's running away from my partner. He comes around that corner and surprises me a little bit, but I got the shots off, and boom. That's my 9th kill, and I believe there's one more guy up here. Comes out, possibly his partner. Something. So this is the point in which my Bluetooth headset goes out, and I'm actually having to use the phone speakers, which I prefer not to use, just because of the fact that my Bluetooth headset is a lot more accurate on the sounds. I feel more confident with the Bluetooth headset, and this time didn't have time to switch to the one I'm using currently, and I'm gonna put the other one on charge. It was at 50%, so I kind of should have assumed it would be dead very shortly. So it looks like my pal over there is using his special ability, which honestly I did not use my special ability as much as I normally do, to be honest. Picking up some better attachments. We got footsteps. See the guys coming around the corner of that building. Oh, nice move. Looked like he was already injured. Either that or had no gear. One or the other. He was either injured or didn't have a vest of any kind. It looks like no, he did. He had a blue vest, but obviously it was incredibly damaged, I would imagine. Boom, 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 boom. That PDW is just a freaking monster. It's so much fun to play with. I'm curious to see with the new season 2 and the new updates, what they add to this game. I've seen some videos from a couple of the guys who show some new weapons, and some of them are a little overmatched, according to what I've heard. Obviously, I haven't used them. I haven't logged into the beta. This doesn't interest me, honestly. The beta's just, I don't know. I'm more interested in the gameplay on here than I am on beta. It's just me. So I'm just watching this edge of this thing just to make sure I can get a glimpse of somebody if they decide to bring the heat. I'm telling him, let's go, let's get it. My busy man, let's get this W and get out of here. So I've still got to edit this video and possibly post it tonight, so. Alright, so we are at the top of the, we're in the, oh. Where's he at? I think my partner already got him. I'm still seeing his skill feature on, so we're basically at the point where it gets really dicey. Player placement makes a lot of difference. So there's nobody within that, so he's got to be behind us. At this point, I know he's behind us because I can see where the zone is coming. So I'm gonna come around the side of this mountain and I'm gonna check this backside because I just have this feeling that he's gotta be over here. So far I have not been able to discover him. There's a lot of zone behind us, which we're kind of backed up into the edge of the zone. The only thing I don't like about going on high places is that if you get ambushed on like right here, if I got ambushed, I've got to jump down to the bottom or strategize how to make my position work. I mean, you can really get boxed in on one of these edges. They're great if the player is down there. If they're coming behind you, you have two options: to rotate until you can get a position to attack them, or jump off if it's in a dire situation. Okay, this is where a lot of people make mistakes. And maybe they're watching too much down there and not listening to what's coming behind them. Not really sure why he used the lift that time, but decided not to use the lift the other time. But that is his prerogative. So it looks like he's using his skill and distance that M4 is the clinch. Alright guys, I hope you appreciated this gameplay, and if you like it, give me a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe guys. Alright, stay tuned and click the bell for more content. I'm out.